Episode of Filling the Gaps with Dr. Phil Dieter. Thanks for so much for joining me. I wanted to bring you another guest today that's really helping me out with the pediatric conference that we're putting on down in San Diego tomorrow at the Paradise Point Resort. This is Justin Lamb from Cool Blue VA. I have been a customer now of Justin's for quite some time, and I'm super happy with the product and the service. So I wanted to share a little bit about that. But first, Justin, tell us a little bit about Cool Blue VA and what you guys are doing for our pediatric conference.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me, Dr. Phil. I love supporting the chiropractic movement and chiropractors in California. I had a great chiropractic experience myself many years ago. I was playing golf at the time, and I actually played back-to-back days of golf. And then I woke up the third day, and my back was tight. I couldn't move, and it was like that for a week. And then I finally like found a chiropractor, went in, he did some adjustments, and I was back to myself. I'm back on the golf course. Like literally, like 2 weeks later, I was back doing my thing again. So now chiropractics changed my life. So very happy to support the chiropractic movement in California here, and to help with that, for the pediatric Cal Chiro conference, Cool Blue VA is going to be giving away two LA Kings tickets
Ooh,
to a lucky
nice.
individual to go watch the LA Kings live at Crypto.com Arena.
So you have to be at our event. That's going to be a live prize that's won at the event. So I really appreciate that. If you guys didn't know, in the past, Justin's donated Lakers tickets. There's a house in Cabo that you have.
Mhm.
I know that somebody you raffled off and somebody won at one point. So pretty exciting stuff that they have out there. But I wanted to just talk a little bit too about Cool Blue VA as well. When I started thinking about how did I want to proceed forward with my next hire, I knew that we were getting like 140 calls in my office a day, right?
Mm.
And I saw that with the role that was playing in terms of my staff and how that was creating a lot of extra work and things of that nature. And I kept remembering that you and I had met. It probably took me about a year, maybe two, to become a customer. And I would say that's a very common experience. Sometimes people are hesitant to enter into this VA space, right? Especially if somebody's not here in the United States. And so
Mhm.
I kept thinking back and looking at different products and people that I came across, even the AI chatbots and things of that nature. And I was like, well, I talked with Justin, and I remember, they've been a big supporter of the Chiropractic Association. And so I finally took that step to engage with them and use their. I think it's a 90-day trial that you give people, right? Something like that. And couldn't be happier with the VA service that I'm getting from them now. It has changed the flow in my office immensely. It's freed up my staff to be able to do other things, and that's the other thing. My staff was obviously concerned: is this going to
Mhm.
take my job, right? And I think we talked a little bit about how it's just going to really enhance our ability to provide a
Exactly.
level of customer service that I want to provide on a regular basis, day in and day out. So, tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
Cool Blue VA and how you guys are doing with what you're doing with your service.
Yeah, absolutely. Kubu VA, for those who don't know, are chiropractic virtual assistants. They're virtual in the sense that they work remotely from the Philippines to help your office out with anything that you need short of touching your patients, right? And like Dr. Phil has said, the biggest thing is getting your phones answered. Everybody hates when they walk into a doctor's office and or anywhere really, and the phone rings and you have the receptionist pick up the phone and they have to put you like and say, "Sorry, I gotta take this," right?
Right.
See, because everybody knows like if you don't answer the phone, that person is gonna hang up and they're gonna call the next doctor down the
Right.
road, right? And so that's lost business for you. So really getting your phones answered is really the highest priority. But at the same time, your local staff are swamps, right? And they want to be able to take care of everybody who walks in through the door. Exactly, right? So having a virtual assistant is a really great, efficient, affordable way to really provide that support, like you say, to really enhance your services from answering your phones to insurance verification, admin work, managing fax inboxes, referrals. appeals, submitting medical records, all that stuff, filling out PI forms, anything like that, they can help out with, and it's only $9.95 an hour to do that. And like I said, we have a great offer. We do a free trial. It's 2 weeks. You can work with the virtual assistant absolutely free. Make sure that they're going to be fitting for your practice. Make sure they're bringing value to you before you even pay a single penny.
Dude, that's awesome. I mean, and you also have Spanish speaking virtual assistants because that's what I hired. You know, we have a lot of
Yeah.
Spanish speaking patients here. So
Mhm.
you mostly work with Nicaraguan VAs, correct?
Correct. Yeah, we get Spanish VAs from South America, Nicaragua, Colombia, Ecuador, and we have a whole training program that we put them through, um, vetting process to make sure that they're not only their Spanish is good, but their English is good as well. And then they're trained in healthcare and they're trained on EHRs. So they're familiar with Chiro HD or Chiro Touch and whatnot, and so they can come in and they're a little bit more ready to start, hit the ground running a little bit more.
And I know, obviously, everybody gets concerned. Well, is it going to sound like somebody has an accent, or are they going to be able to be understood and that kind of thing? And there has been a little bit of an educational process with that, but it was something that I was committed to and was able to vet the person, that you sent to me, and
Mhm.
felt comfortable with my level of interaction with him. And couldn't have been. It has been a great experience. That's what I got to say. And
Yeah.
the other thing that I really wanted to shed some light on for people is the level of infrastructure and training that you just touched on. I think is what is separating you because, like I said, when I really started to give this some consideration, my dad always told me growing up, and still to this day, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? And so, as soon as I started like really giving this some consideration, you would come to like two or three of our events as sponsors and things like that, and it was always kind of like right there. I had somebody come to me that was like, "Oh, I have this service that I'm pretty sure it was just some of his family members that lived in the Philippines that he was having be virtual VAs." And then another person that I had heard speak at a different event, and they were contracting. There's, I guess, some websites and organizations throughout the Philippines that are really fostering this kind of commerce and that type of thing. But I felt the most comfortable with what you had talked about and what you were offering because of the level of infrastructure and you're headquartered here and all of those kind of things. So I think that makes your service unmatched from any of the things that I've explored. Can you talk
Yeah.
just a little bit more to kind of how you have things set up, your infrastructure, your onboarding process, all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're headquartered here. We're out in Tustin, out in here, California, Orange County. So, based out of here, we have, like I said, an extensive recruiting and training program. After that, we'll send you the resumes. You can interview the candidates, make sure you're comfortable with them, and then we onboard them. We HIPAA train and certify
Yeah.
all our virtual assistants on an annual basis. We have a whole IT team that can help you out if there's any technical issues as well. So they're ready to do that. And then we implement all the cybersecurity for our virtual assistants too. And then we have quarterly checks and updates for them on that as well. So we do put up all the systems in place to make sure it's at least as pain free for you as you can sleep well at night, and not have to worry about all that stuff, right? Because it is the details that are going to get you, right? So we want to make sure that we cover all those bases for you.
And how about EHRs? Tell us what EHRs. Well, I know that in my case, Alex had some training in Cairo Touch and that kind of thing, and so that ended up working
Yeah.
out really well.
Yeah, so we do provide training on Cairo Touch. Like you mentioned, we try and find people who have experience with like spreadsheets, training, and whatnot, and see. And if there's anything that you feel like you need, just let our team know. And we can tailor that a little bit more for you. Find the proper virtual assistant with the right skills for that. It's not gonna be like one person is gonna be able to do everything, right?
Right.
But
Sure.
we want to set realistic expectations and we want to fill those duties for you to the best of our abilities. And see, and we have a whole Cairo training module that we put all our virtual assistants through to make sure they know, the lingo, the terminology, the software, and all that stuff. So, like I said, it makes it a little bit easier to slot them into your practice.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't speak highly enough about the service. We have Alex on a Google Meet call every
Mhm.
day, basically just sitting on the screen, and so it has really given us a sense of Alex being part of the team more, and so that's been really cool. I think I might set up something like at the front desk, so people that are talking to him on the phone can see his face and he can say hi or something. But I haven't gotten his approval for that yet. So but that's in my mind, anyways, of what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We have those setups in smaller towns. We're nationwide, and we've staffed over 500 offices. We've staffed over 800 virtual assistants. But yeah, in those small towns where they don't even have a front office, yeah, you can put a monitor, put an iPad in front, actually greet people that walk in through the door, and provide that level of support. So that's a great idea, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, well, I can't take credit for that. I saw that at one of the other uh, events that I went to, so I won't give them any promotion just yet. But so tell us, if people want to connect with you, how can they connect with you or take advantage of like even that 90-day offer and that kind of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. You can just go to our website. It's Cool Blue VA. That's COOL, blue, the color blue, Victor Alpha.com. Alternatively, if you want to give us a call, it's 714-695-8000. 714-695-8000. Yeah, and just to correct you, it's not a 90-day trial, it's a 2-week free trial.
Excuse me, I'm
For
sorry.
that here.
I get carried away. I get carried away. People always want me to give them 90-day trials on my recruiting services. So that's what was in my head, is like, oh yeah, I get 90 days.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we offer 2 weeks absolutely free. Try it out. Make sure you're happy with it, and then yeah, make sure you go to uh, Pediatric Cal Cairo, right, and win those
Yeah,
Kings tickets.
absolutely, man, absolutely. Well, I hope I get to see you soon at one of our events or around the chiropractic space and that kind of thing. Thanks again for coming on today, and thanks again for offering up that awesome prize again for our pediatric